Well, Danny, frustrating, disappointing afternoon in so many regards. What do you make of it today?
Absolutely that. I think you just hit the nail on the head there, really. Absolutely devastating, really, because we shouldn't be losing games of football at the end of the day, especially at home. Even though we've created enough chances second half to win a couple of games. But, you know, we can't start the game like we did in any way, shape or form. We told the lads that. We told them before the game, to be honest. Told them before the game what to expect, how to start the game and recognise, you know, how they were looking to set up. And then we just didn't have any intensity in that first minute, should I say, or any desire to stop them. It was just far too easy, which culminated in them scoring. But that's how it goes.
We're obviously used to quick starts ourselves, aren't we? Especially over the last few weeks in particular. What in particular went wrong during that first minute?
Just the organisation, staying with runners, and then decision making off the back of it. I've watched it back, and it's obviously from a throw-in. So the organisation from a throw-in and staying with runners. They're just the basics of football. You stay with your runner, you close the ball down, so they can't cross, or make it difficult for them. Because if you close the ball down, whether you're going to get there or not, it makes them put a different type of ball in. You might have to bend it around you, then it goes straight into our goalkeeper's hands. But there just wasn't any intensity to close them down, winning that second ball. But then it's just a question of why, because we've been fantastic. The last 3 games in particular, we really have. So from that respect, it's really disappointing.
To what extent do you think that the opening minutes set the tone for the entire first half?
Well, it just gives them something to hold on to, doesn't it? They've got something then, so there's no real need for them to, you know, push forward. They'll just look for counter attacks and set pieces and work them like they did. So from that perspective, there's nothing really for them to do, and they didn't do anything after that really, apart from when we give them a glorious chance that we shouldn't have done just through our own sloppiness. But apart from that, they didn't really create anything. They didn't look to really do anything. It was just counter attacks and then obviously set plays. So, like I say, once they've got something to hold on to, you know, I know it's a long time, but you know, in the back of their minds, they don't have to really do anything.
As you've alluded to, the chances that Northwich enjoyed during that first half were largely down to errors. Being truthful, do you think that we could have been more than 1 goal down at the interval with the chances they had?
I have to watch it back really. I mean, I don't think they were like clear-cut one-on-ones, but they did have a couple of good chances, just through our own undoing really, being sloppy in possession, just decision making. I think decision making all round in that first half was really, really poor, and it just wasn't us at all. Whether that was in the build-up phase and, you know, being either too slow, playing square, just go behind maybe, stretch them, and then try and get up the pitch and play in their half. And then if you do lose the ball, at least then they've got a full half to go and attack. Whereas we're losing it in the middle of the park or our defensive third, and you know they've got a chance to cross it or shoot.
It was great to see the Start Lane end in fine voice at the start of that second period. They certainly hadn't given up, had they? How do you think the Revs reacted to that?
I thought we were right on the front foot. We really were, and then we did create numerous chances during that second period. It was just one of them. It wasn't meant to be. You know, look back at it, the amount of chances that we did create, just a clean contact maybe, and we score, and then that changes the game completely. So from that point of view, very, very frustrating, because we've been brilliant and we've got players who are very, very good in front of goal. So you'll look back at it and you'll think, well, surely one of them has to go in, but it just wasn't meant to be.
Tell us how you used the substitutes today to alter the dynamics of the game.
Yeah, we needed more of a threat up top. So obviously Nicky came on. I don't think Alex was 100% today. Obviously he took a knock on his knee in training yesterday, and he had tight groins on Thursday. So I think he was feeling it a little bit. So it was only natural to bring him off. And then within another few minutes, we brought Tom and Joe on. Went to 3 at the back and the 2 up top, just to try and get a grip of the ball further up the pitch and put them under more pressure to create more chances. And we did. We created the chances, we just didn't take them.
Just seconds after Nicky Maynard came on, he had a glorious chance as well, didn't he?
Oh, exactly, yeah. Is it the one where he went through one-on-one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so again, he's gone through one-on-one, he expected him to tuck it away. But obviously he didn't, so you look back at that and you think, well, that's one of those. put your house on him scoring that. He doesn't, and then, you know, gives them a little G up because we've missed.
You mentioned some of the chances we had. One we ultimately didn't have was when Mark Duffy went down. Obviously the penalty appeals went round the ground. What did you make of it?
I thought it was a penalty first instance. Then I've seen it back since. He did pull him back a little bit. I'm not sure what view the ref got, but his left arm pulled him back a little bit round his waist, and he's gone down. Sometimes you get him, sometimes you don't. I think there was a clear handball as well from Trey Pemberton. He's had a shot that's gone over. The lad's arms were in the air, hard to kind of make out really. If you get lucky, you'll get it. But I mean, the other clear-cut chances, you know, we've got to be taking one of them surely.
We've now lost 2 out of the last 3 home league games. For you, what has to change?
Just the mentality and that desire really, organisation. The first 10-15 minutes of any game, home or away, is crucial. You can't start slow, you can't start on the back foot. You have to have that intensity to close the opposition down and just give them no space at all. And if they do score, you know, it has to be a worldie, something out of nothing. We can't give away what we have done today and then expect to go and steamroll teams, because some days it doesn't happen, even though we've created enough chances to win the game. It was just one of them.
We haven't got a league game now until a week on Tuesday when Workington visit. I'm sure you'd want one tomorrow really, wouldn't you, in some respects. What a great chance to bounce back in the FA Trophy next week against Guiseley.
100%, yeah. I mean, that's all you can do. You know, you get back on the training pitch and you reflect and look back at what you could have done as an individual better. I mean, I'll look back and see what we could have done potentially, but I mean, from a starting lineup perspective, I mean, there's not a lot we could have changed. So you look back at that and you think, should I have changed it? Should I have not? Hindsight, you know, it's one of them. But we just pick ourselves up and we go again. That's all you can do.
Thanks, Danny.